We have a practice squad spot open, so we brought back Samansky, the kicker, to work with him a little bit. And so our squad is correct. Probably the biggest thing that we have to be worried about or concerned about is the injury situation. Javier tweaked his ankle, and he's not going to practice today, or he'll be limited today. Elam, on that calf, he's going to be limited. We'll see what he can do. He's been improving, but we don't know exactly yet. Hochstein with his back, he's still working through that, and if he does anything, it'll be good. Lilja with his back will not practice today. A couple other guys, Jarrell Poe has the flu, and he's at home. John Baldwin has the flu, he's at home. Tony Moyaki, from that hit that he took, he's got a little head deal that we're investigating, and so he's not going to be out there today. He's in the meetings and all that, but he's not on the practice field today. I mentioned the other day that Quinn had sore ribs. Well, his ribs are okay, and he's going to be working. Copper has a slight hamstring, but he's going to be working, and we'll see what he can do. Brandon Albert is still nursing his back, and we'll see what he can do. And then Rich Ranglin has a knee that's bothering him, and we'll see what he can do. So we might have to make shift a little bit to get through practice with some guys, but we'll work through it and get done what we need to get done and get ready for Sunday with the Colts coming into town. All right, so with that, I'll open it up.
You've seen Stevenson now start for the last 5 weeks at 2 different positions.
Mm-hmm.
You got a little more body of work on him now. Can you kind of evaluate where he's improved, where he hadn't, what he's done good, what he hadn't?
Well, I like his attitude because I think he's got a good aggressive attitude that he brings to the table. He still needs to work on consistency at times, but we're playing 2 positions for a rookie. That's not bad, because what you like to do is you like to be able to sit a guy down in one spot, and then he gets all the work at that one spot. But to his credit, he's been able to play a couple different positions for us and give us good depth, and so we like that.
So this week, you may face one of the best.
Uh-huh.
Why Sprini only got 3 sacks? Has he been out, or they changed their scheme?
They changed the defensive scheme, yes. Yeah. They changed the defensive scheme up, and in the past, in that 4-3 defense, he's rushing every down. Now in their 3-4 base, he's a linebacker, similar to what Tamba is, similar to Justin Houston, and so it's a transition that he's going through, trying to learn, those linebacker spots and things like that. So that's why his production is not what it used to be.
But Stevenson's in that spot against Freeney. I mean, this will be quite the test for him.
Well, he had one against Denver, you remember? And he handled that one okay. So I expect him to handle this one okay.
Quinn will be your quarterback this week?
Yes.
The Colts, how have they been able to turn that thing around so quickly?
Well, you know what? I think they've done a really nice job this year. I think that they've rallied around their head coach, and Bruce Arians has stepped in, and he's done a very nice job. Bruce is a long-time coach in this league and has done a good job all the places he's been. And so I think having his experience there really helped. Then they have this young quarterback who's pretty good and is able to make some plays and do some things, and that's been very helpful for him.
How much of it is the quarterback as you watch them on tape?
Well, I think it's the team. I mean, I think their whole team has rallied around the head coach, and they have a focus, and they have something that they're playing for other than in just football.
Can the franchise learn anything from what the Colts did to get themselves turned around during this offseason?
Well, I think every franchise, they evaluate themselves in the offseason and figure out what they need to do to improve, and I think we'll do the same thing.
Coach, yeah, nobody's asking you to get sick, though, Coach, okay?
Well, I would not want to be sick the way he's sick.
Yeah, talking about, I'm not meaning to line up excuses, but you had two rookies at the left side of your line. You had a center who's not a center. You had a right guard who's playing with one hand. Should we have expected there was going to be problems at times with that group together?
Well, I think you know how I feel about rookies in general. You know, rookies are young and they're going to make rookie mistakes until they get enough experience to be veterans, you know. And when you put two of them side by side, things are not going to be perfect, you know. When you have a guy playing center who is not a center, you know, it's not going to be perfect. You got a guy playing with a cast on his wrist, it's not going to be perfect. It's just like Eric Berry, you know, not being able to hold on to the ball when it hit him in the stomach last week. Or was it 2 weeks ago? Yeah, all right. But he had a cast on his hand, and so, you know, things like that are going to happen. And so if they make the play or if they're able to play pretty good, you know, with the hindrance that they have, you're happy about it, but you understand that they have a little handicap they're dealing with.
Coach, what's your opinion on third down? Last 2 weeks, you've just been able to pick up 2 third downs. Is it the selection of the play or the execution of the play, in your opinion?
No, we haven't been doing a good job on first and second down. And if you look at those third downs, they've all been third and long, 3rd and 7 plus. I think 20 of 24 have been 3rd and 7 plus. And the defense has the advantage on that down and distance, on that distance on third down. And I think 16 of them have been 3rd and 10 and plus. So we got to do a better job on first and second so that we can get it to 3rd and 4. You know, now the defense has to defend more things when you can get it to 3rd and 4. But 3rd and 10, they know that you pretty much have to throw, and they pin those ears back and they come on.
How frustrating has your offense been for you this year?
Well, the team has been frustrating. I mean, losing is frustrating. However you lose, it doesn't make any difference how you lose. You know, if it's the defense, if it's the offense, or special teams, when you lose, all right, it's frustrating.
So, with the offensive struggles, the other day, could you use maybe a little more imagination? You know, I didn't see any end arounds or reverses or flea flickers or halfback option pass or Statue of Liberty or just something that maybe when Jamal Charles gets the ball and 10 guys are crashing, you know, he can dump it 5 yards to Moeaki or just everything was just off tackle or 4-step drop, and there just wasn't any.
Well, you know what? When you're getting handled pretty good, you have a hard time believing that gadgets are going to work and make the difference. You know, you got to have a good foundation and you got to be good fundamentally. And if you're good that way, then your gadget might work. You know, and then you have to look. How have the gadgets that we've run in the past and this year, have they worked? And
One, that was an Elway pass that needed to go across the field. But go ahead, I'm
no,
sorry.
but it was a gadget. So you wanted gadgets, and we gave you one, and it didn't work. So do you want another one that doesn't work, or what?
I don't know. Sometimes when you do have problems, you know, toe to toe against a team, sometimes.
Well, if they work, I'm telling you, if any play works, it's great. If the play doesn't work, then it's not good, you know? And we could try gadgets, and then if they didn't work, you'd be saying, well, you tried a lot of gadgets that game. Why'd you try that many gadgets? You know, so that's the nature of the beast that we deal with.
I know it's Monday morning quarterbacking, but still, it's just something I thought about during the game. Let's just see some.
Has Brian Dable met your expectations this year?
The team has not met expectations, me included.
Have you ever thought any time during this year to give the play calling to somebody else?
No.
Coach, can you,
Did you have?
No.
Coach, can you talk a little bit more about Andrew Luck and obviously his strengths and what he brings to the table? And most recently, he's known to struggle early and then come back and lead fourth quarter drives late.
Well, he's got good size, first of all, and then he's got a big-time arm, second of all. And those are the key elements, you know, because he can look over the defense, he can make all the throws, and he can also throw when he has to avoid trouble and is on the move, you know, so all of those things work well for him, and he's been able to make plays to help their team and put their team in the position they're in.
How about the receivers? Reggie Wayne obviously highlighting their receiving core. Some of the challenges your secondary is going to face.
Well, Reggie is a big-time receiver. You know, he's been to the Pro Bowl, and he leads their team in receptions. He's got twice as many catches as any other receiver on that team. So, and it's not all big plays. You know, it's outs, it's slants, it's in cuts. He runs them all. You know, and he's a big target, and he knows how to catch the ball, and so we're going to have to do a good job against him. The biggest thing is that we can't let him throw the ball over our head, you know, try to keep the ball in front of us, and then rally to it and make a tackle.
All right.